Jared Wilson left Brooklyn, New York in 1848, and after a long adventure found his brother Jake in California, where together they dig for gold in Jake's mine. Their hard work pays off when they discover an underground cavern with large gold deposits and the richest vein of gold in California's Mother Lode. As they follow the vein of gold, their mining operation expands and so does their profits. After 20 years in the business, the Wilson brothers are wealthy beyond their wildest dreams. Much of their profit is sent to Brooklyn to an old friend and banker, Mr. Quayle, who has been investing it wisely for them. They receive letters regularly from Mr. Quayle with news from their hometown, and the news is not good. Crime and political corruption are rampant there, and Jake and Jared know the man responsible. William Tweed, known as Boss Tweed, framed Jake for a crime he didn't commit, forcing him to leave town and head west. But before leaving, Jake gathered evidence that could put Tweed into prison forever and hid it somewhere along the trail to California. The brothers decide to return to Brooklyn on the newly constructed Transcontinental Railroad. With the mine sold, there are only a few things that must be done before they can begin traveling to Brooklyn. This stamp mill breaks gold-bearing ore into sand so it can be processed. It's a very loud machine. It's powered by a steam engine located in the adjacent building. You see nothing important here now. This stamp mill breaks gold-bearing ore into sand so it can be processed. It's a very loud machine.
You've done a great job with the mine. You've created many well-paying jobs over the years. Thank you for this.
It was a pleasure to work for you, Mr. Wilson. I hope the new owner will hold my job.
This is a few $100s in cash. This gold bar was cast with gold from your mine. Well, officially it's not your mine any longer, but it still feels like it is. It's made of the finest and purest gold, and worth a fortune. This negotiable stock certificate entitles its bearer to a 5% interest in the Wilson Mining Company, a California corporation. You retained this stock when the mine sold. These maps are showing a portion of California. In the west, you see Sacramento and Sutter's Fort. The mine is located in the southeast, and Coloma is in the center. You see nothing important here now. Down in the mine, you see the tracks needed for many mine carts that are used to move ore. You are near the mine. In fact, you are near the mine. In fact, the tunnels are deep under your feet. Bushes surround the outhouse. This is Jake's old cabin. There is still a path leading from the front door of the cabin to the outhouse. Even up close, it still appears to be a normal outhouse. The door leads into Jake's old cabin. Materials used for the construction of the mine are stored in these barrels. Material used for the construction of Material used for the construction of the These barrels hold materials you once used in your mining business. These are the types of lamps used when working in the mine. You see nothing important here now. These boxes are full of dynamite. Carefully, you take a few sticks of dynamite. You are carrying 3 sticks of dynamite. Most people would think you are crazy, but you're a miner and know how to use dynamite. It's faster than using a pick and shovel. There's a note nailed to the door. If you want to know how this huge door came to be and learn to open it, you need to play Gold Rush Classic or Gold Rush Anniversary. What does that mean? You see nothing. This shovel has not been used for a long time. You have no need for it. You see nothing important here now. Many years ago, you could find gold just laying on the ground, but now all the easy pickings are gone. These barrels hold material. Many years ago, you could find gold just This is just a normal outhouse. At least it appears to be.
I really have to do this?
Yes.
Ugh.
These maps are showing a portion of California. In the west, you see Sacramento and Sutter's Fort. The mine is located in the southeast, and Coloma is in the center. You see nothing important here now.
You've done a great job with the mine. You've created many well-paying jobs over the years. Thank you for this.
It was a pleasure to work for you, Mr. Wilson. I hope the new owner will hold my job.
In this part of the mine, the ore-filled minecarts are dumped into the stamping mill. This building houses the steam power plant that runs the stamp mill and other machines in the mine. These are the private rail cars you'll spend most of your time in while traveling to New York on the newly constructed Transcontinental Railroad. One railroad track runs to the west from the workshop. Another track further north runs west from the mine. This is just like every other bush you've seen. This switch connects the railroad spur coming from the mine facility to the main line in Sacramento. You see nothing important here now. This is just wild grass. You walk along the American River, and after some time you reach Sutter's Fort. This is the famous Sutter's Fort. You've watched the fort fall down over the years as people come and take whatever material they want. There was once a quarrel outside the gate. Musket balls. They are heavy. You take the musket balls. Wow, they aren't easy to carry. The grass was once kept. You pick up the horseshoe. You take the musket balls. Wow, they aren't easy to carry. You remember seeing a store for hats and shoes here, but didn't know what was in the other building. When you first came to Sutter's Fort, this building contained John Sutter's office, the infirmary, a dining room, and a storage room. During the gold rush, this building was converted into a hotel. When you first came to Sutter, you walk along the This is the end of the tail race of Sutter's Sawmill. The tail race is blocked, so there's no water running in it. The town of Coloma is farther to the east. Historical note. On the morning of January 24th, 1848, James Wilson Marshall found the first nugget of gold in the tail race of Sutter's Mill. This discovery changed the course of history. This area has been panned out. There is no more gold to be found around here. These maps are showing a portion of California. In the west, you see Sacramento and Sutter's Fort. The mine is located in the southeast, and Coloma is in the center. The tail race has no water running in it. You see the American River is in the distance. The tail race. This is Sutter's Mill. It is still in fairly good condition if you take into consideration how old it is. The town of Coloma is farther to the east. This house was built some years ago. It's old scrap metal. You pick up a metal pipe. Maybe it will help you in the future. You found this pipe among remnants at the blacksmith's shop. You know horseshoes can't bring good luck. You know all good and perfect things come from above. This wooden box must have dozens of lead musket balls. The guards at Sutter's Fort left them behind. Blacksmiths are experts at giving horses new shoes, as well. You see nothing important here now. This is... For what? You have no need for that.
Hello, Smith. We've been friends a long time, and I wanted to be the one to tell you that we are leaving California and travelling back to New York. Of all the people we know here, I'm going to miss you the most. You have been a faithful friend.
Jared, I know everyone in these parts, from Sacramento to Placerville, and I mean everyone. I've already heard folks talking about you leaving, and I reckon there's something I best tell you. I fixed the trigger on a feller's rifle a spell ago, and I surmise that he and his disreputable friends are fixing to rob that train of yours and steal them bars of gold you're taking with you. Now, I've been thinking, and maybe I know a way to help you. If you find me a heaping pile of lead and give me a few gold coins, I can make you some gold-plated lead bars that'll look and feel like solid gold. If you switch them for the real ones right before the heist, them boys will take the fake bars, hightail it away, and never bother you again. If you want to proceed with my plan, just bring me the material I'll need.
Wow! Thank you for uncovering the thieves' plot against us and for formulating that plan. It is brilliant! Here, I'll give you a gold bar right now. Now, I just have to find enough lead for the project. We're transporting 9 gold bars. How much lead will you need?
Well, let's see. 9 gold bars, 27 pounds each, 243 pounds total. Lead is 60% the weight of gold. Carry the 2, divide. Okay, I've got it. Jared, you'll need to find 142 pounds of lead. That much lead will fill a couple of buckets.
What should I look for? What types of things are made out of lead?
The most common form of lead around here is musket balls, and sometimes cannonballs. It isn't very common, but I remember some lead pipe was brought round the Cape many years ago. You might find some remnants of lead pipe. You never know. Good luck to you.
Here is all the lead I've found so far. Is there enough to make 9 bars?
I'm sorry, Jared. There isn't enough lead here. Keep looking. I know there must be more out there. As soon as you bring enough, I will start. I think the old fort should still have some lead hanging around there.
Okay, I'll keep looking.
This wooden box must have dozens of lead musket balls. You've known the blacksmith since he was... The anvil is too heavy to take with you. The blacksmith has the right tool for every job he does. The blacksmith needs these tools. You see nothing important here now. You see nothing important here now. It seems the postman doesn't have much work to do. He is... This...
Excuse me, sir. I want to send a telegraph to the train station in Sacramento.
Hello, Mr. Wilson. Yes, of course. What do you want the telegraph to say?
Please telegraph that we are ready to leave and that we need an engine to move our rail cars to Sacramento and to connect with a train headed east.
Will do, Mr. Wilson. So it's true that you're leaving Coloma and going back to New York?
Yes, it's true. We love this area, but our hometown needs our help.
I wish you all the best. Have a good journey.
Thank you.